Good morning, you guys. It is I, Becca Lori Hector here, early Sunday morning with you to say, let's grow some gratitude. All right. So as you can see, Sunday hair, it was so bad this morning, the Sunday hair don't care, that I had to put it up in a clip. It was scary. Just letting you know that. It was one of those really scary bedhead moments where you're like, I can't believe my hair can actually do that while I'm sleeping. Anyway, morning, CV. How are you? We are going to start growing gratitude here today, and it is my weekly, very public, out loud announcement of my gratitudes for the week in hopes to grow the gratitude in my life. And then I hope it's an inspiration to you guys to grow the gratitude in your life. So happy Sunday morning to you. Good morning, Morgan, and good morning, Joe. We are off to do some gratitudes today, you guys. So it is the second day of May. Welcome to May. Goodbye, April. Thank you so much for hanging out. That's how I feel. Really glad it's over. It was extremely exhausting this year. There were some interesting things that went on. Of course, some infighting. Wouldn't be April without it. And then, some other things. There were some good things. It's a lot more infinity symbols. So I'm grateful for that. So let's say that gratitude first for that. This April was the first April that I actually saw people outside of the autism community using the infinity symbol instead of the puzzle piece. Woot! Hey, Bill. Hey, Bernard. And so, I was excited for that. There was a lot less of that money grabbing feeling to April this month or this year. So I was grateful for that. And that's about where it ends for me. Next year will be yet another attempt to reclaim April for the autism community and make it more about pride and celebrating our culture than anything else. Hopefully I'll have the energy to tackle it again by the time April swings around. So until then, gratitude to April and gratitude that it's gone is what I have to say for this morning. Of course, I have other gratitude. So I left you guys on Tuesday during being back alive, letting you know that it was my birthday the next day. So I did have my birthday. It ended up snowing on my birthday, which is really cool if you think about it. It was for me anyway. My birthday's so far at the end of April. And for most places in the United States, by the time the end of April swings around, everybody's kind of full on into spring, right? So the chance of snow, null and void, right? But up here in the mountains, we have extended winters. And so this year, on my 45th birthday, after 45 birthdays, I got snow on my birthday. So it ended up being a really big snow day for us. We got a huge winter storm. We got something like 8 inches. I got to learn how to do the right system for you so I can translate inches into centimeters or whatever it is that I'm supposed to do, because I feel so American that I can only say that it was 7 inches. But yeah, so there was about this much snow on my birthday, like that. And so we had some plans like to go out for lunch and like a few other things. And so what we did was delay that for the next day. So on my actual birthday, we just kind of lazied around in our pajamas, took the dogs out in the snow, that kind of thing. Watch Netflix, blah, blah, relaxed, had nobody pulling on my soul for anything for that day, which was really, really nice. And then on Thursday, I didn't have that much stuff scheduled. So what we ended up doing was going down into Denver for what we were going to do the day before my birthday. So we went down and we had Thai lunch. This year for my birthday, I wanted Voodoo Donuts, which is a cool donut place here in Denver. I know it started in Portland, so there's a couple more in other states. But they just do really fun, wacky donuts. And so we went and we got a dozen donuts and drove them back up the mountain and had them as my birthday dessert. So that was really fun. And so I'm grateful for that. I was grateful for my husband understanding that I love the snow and all of that, and also being willing to say, hey, listen, it's not so good for us to go down today. It's really not great weather and the driving is shit. So let's not. And let's go tomorrow. And I was just really proud of both of us for making that smart decision. I was grateful that we both kind of were like, rushing down in the snow is not in alignment with the life that we want to live. And so we will wait till the next day. And we did. And Thursday was gorgeous, beautiful, sunny. All the snow had already melted away. And so we were able to walk around down in Denver and all of that. And so gratitude to living in a city I can manage now and a city that I can go down and enjoy, but also gratitude for living on a mountain and that I can leave the city. Because I got to tell you, you guys, by the time Antonio and I were finished downtown on Thursday, the two of us were full of road rage, just annoyed by all the people and the amount of people that we had to deal with. And so we were just grateful to live somewhere where we can run up the mountain and hide. And so it was really nice to go down to the city for the day, but it was even more nice to know that I can leave the city now and come home to some kind of sanity for my brain. And so I'm grateful for that as well, because it was actually a pretty good birthday for me this year. And what it means to me is, as I look at my 45th year, I am 9 years out of diagnosis, you guys. Next year, when I turn 46, it will be a decade since I learned I had autism. And I feel like it was fucking yesterday, you guys. I do. I feel like it happened yesterday. And when I think about that, I don't know. It's not even gratitude. It's like beyond that. It's beyond gratitude. It's just like, I don't know, it saved my life and I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have Antonio. I wouldn't be living in this house. It'll get me started on craziness. And so I don't know what I'm going to do next year for my Spectrumversary. So that comes up for me in May. This year, 9, meh, right? But next year it'll be 10. And I feel like I should do something special next year for my Spectrumversary. So I'm going to get started thinking about that, I guess, during this year's Spectrumversary. So, but yeah, so I think I'll do something special for that. But I just can't believe I've been at this racket. Can you imagine? I've been doing advocacy for 9 years. I mean, the landscape has changed. We've made forward movement. I know that for sure. I don't care what other people say. I know we've made forward movement. And I know that the people that I came in after that are now older and more tired and exhausted than I am with April, that they hopefully look at what we're doing now and think the same thing. I just hope that the advocates that are coming after will learn that stuff too. We'll see. Anywho, let me take a look at my note list here, because I know I wrote a few things down that I am so not going to remember. Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. So, right. Morgan helped me last time. Right. So the last time, you guys, I was talking about my vaccine and I was like, oh, and so that's how vaccines work. And Morgan was like, no, that's not how this one works. They're using the mRNA, blah, 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 the mRNA technology with this. And so what I want to tell you guys is that I felt so ignorant, and I hate when people get on the internet and don't know things and talk about it. And so I felt really ignorant and like I was passing ignorance the last time. So I wanted to go and do some research since I had gotten past the first vaccine and it's already in my body and over with. I felt like I was okay to do some research now without freaking myself out. So I want to tell you guys, I found a really great video. It was like 5-minute video, not exactly for children, but it was done in like animation and stuff. But it was super interesting and it explained all how the vaccine works and why we've moved to messenger RNA technology away from the other kind of vaccination, which is basically just putting small amounts of the virus into your body. So apparently there's a couple of pluses that come along with this vaccine that I didn't know about. First of all, it's cheap. It's a lot cheaper for us to mass produce what we can do in a lab versus needing to grow the virus itself, right? That takes a little bit more time and it's a little bit more gentle work. And so what I found is that it's cheaper. I also found out that it works along the same concept of the way that other vaccines work, meaning that we put a small amount of the why can I not talk about this morning? mRNA. And that does the beginnings of these changes so that when we get the second vaccine, our body automatically starts to recognize this because it's seen it before. And the reason we keep getting so much sicker for the second one is that our body goes, oh, we see you, send all the healing inflammation now. And it sends it to through your whole body to kind of heal that situation as fast as it can before it gets worse. And so that's kind of how this vaccine works. And I'm talking about it because I watched this whole video, and I know I'm a science nerd. I get that not everybody is into science the way that I am. But it was fascinating, like just fascinating that the human body has the whole process of mRNA. Thank you. It's just an amazing that our bodies can do all of this. And then just amazing that scientists figured it out and then figured out how we can sort of take advantage of our own body's, protections and stuff. And so I was just amazed by it. And so once again, the gratitude shout out goes out to science, scientists, this vaccine, and our body for kind of the way that it figures out how to deal with illness. It's so amazing. In any case, if any of you are interested in understanding in a really like 5-minute, simple, basic, but also adult level description of what is going on with the vaccine, let me know. Send me an email, comment where you saw this video, whatever. I will send you the link to the video because I just found it so interesting to learn about that. So in any case, I feel fully empowered now because now I know why just my arm hurt the last time. Right. So remember I was talking about that. I was like, and my whole arm was like useless for a couple of days. It felt like I'd worked out just this muscle here and I couldn't like lift my arm up and stuff like that. Well, I got the answer from watching the silly videos. So the reason that happens is that's at the location where the mRNA goes in and your body sends what we feel it as inflammation, but it sends the inflammation cells to kill this foreign object. And so all the inflammation happened because it was a small amount. All of our inflammation from that first injection just happens right here. And so that's why. Ba-ba. And I just felt like, thank you for the answer, right? And all of that. So still don't have the kids' answer. And I think it's because they don't have an answer yet. So I can't find it anywhere. Blue, blue. If I hear more about that ever, I will let you guys know. Anyway, oh, Laura says, I had not considered honoring my Spectrumversary. It sounds like a great way to ground myself in this journey of discovery. Yes, Laura, please do. It is something I've written about. I will gladly send you that article on Spectrumversaries. I think it's really important for us to acknowledge the day that we got our diagnosis, because for many of us, when we get that diagnosis, it's like a rebirth, right? It's like a new chance at doing these life things with this new knowledge on board, with this new identity on board. And so, yeah, I celebrate it every year. Mine is May 22nd. And I celebrate it with a little more gusto than my birthday because I didn't really do anything for my birthday. Just got born. My mom did all the work on my birthday. But my Spectrumversary sits in a really special place for me because it really changed my life. And so I acknowledge it every year. I highly recommend celebrating your Spectrumversary. Let's see. Yes, I did. I'm glad I was able to learn as well, Morgan. It was really interesting, this silly video, but now I feel informed. I also feel way armed to say, hey, by the way, do my left arm this time because I'm a righty, which I'm planning to do because our second vaccine is on Wednesday. That's right, you guys. So Wednesday, Antonio and I go for our second vaccine, and then we will be fully vaccinated. And although I don't know exactly what that means and whether we can travel or blah, 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 or whether the world will decide that's enough or whether science will find out we need a second or third vaccine. Don't know. I just know that we'll be done with this set of vaccines come Wednesday, you guys. So I'm looking forward to that because I just really I know this time around, because last time I just got really tired and I've heard from other people that they too just got really tired. So I feel better about that, but it's going to happen again. Oh, yay, Joe just had her first. That's right. You had your first Spectrumversary in March. So happy Spectrumversary to Joe, right? Got to celebrate yours. It's really important to honor that piece of you that got denied for so many years, right? Really important. Okay. Anywho, let's move along. What else? Oh, you guys, this is my big gratitude for this week. It just gave me goosebumps. Hummingbirds are back. What? Yes, one of the most favorite, amazing things about spring up here in the mountains. I have two of them. One is that my aspen trees, you guys, my aspen trees, they're blooming. And so when the aspens come back, I always get really happy because they are one of my favorite visual stims ever. And then also the hummingbirds return up here. So we are part of their migration path. And so they migrate through the Rocky Mountains on their way down south to warmer weather. And every spring for 2, maybe 3 months, we get hummers big time up here. And so the other day I heard my first one. I heard it go, they make this little, what's the noise I want to say that they make? What's the thing? The snitch. That's what I always talk about. You know, the snitch in in Harry Potter. That's the noise they make. They look like them too. They make this little snitch noise as they go by. And so I heard one, and I said, Antonio, the hummingbirds are back. And then some people were posting that they got some at their feeders and stuff. So we put our feeders out, and yesterday we got our first hummingbird that we got to see anyhow. And so they're back, and it is something that brings me so much joy to see these little hummingbirds, and to watch my cats fascinate on them, and just to feed them and watch them come by. They do get nasty sometimes. Some of them are nasty, but it's really interesting to watch them. They're pretty amazing. I mean, it's another one of those moments where you go, wow, nature's fucking amazing. Look at this bird. And so, yeah, that is what's happening here. And that's the gratitude I think I'm going to leave you with, because it is something that is out of my control. It is something that happens every year, whether I want it to or not. It is something that is not something that I can make happen, right? It just happens. It's one of those natural miracles that happens out in the world, and makes me sit back and go, wow, right? It's so amazing that this little tiny, really fast, amazing thing, right, is a bird. And at the same time, I can look up into my sky on some days and see huge hawks, right, that have a bigger wingspan than me, probably. And they are also birds. And that is amazing to me. It's just amazing, all of it. And so when we have gratitudes about nature, I always think that that's the biggest compliment we can pay to nature, because we just sit in awe. When you sit in awe of nature, and it just does its thing, right? It makes you think to yourself, why is it so hard for me to just do my thing? Why can't I just do me and let the world observe? Well, we should. And that's the thought I want to leave you with, is that nature doesn't compare itself. Nature doesn't look around. Nature doesn't worry that it's good enough. Nature just does nature. And if we want to stop and sit and be grateful for nature and appreciate nature and be in awe of nature, that's on us. And so that's how I want you to go out into the world today, like nature. Go out, be you, just be, just be, and let the world observe, and be grateful if they want to, not grateful if they don't want to. Let them be in awe of your magic or not even notice. Just do you. Go out into the world and be nature. That is the gratitude that I'm going to leave you with, you guys. I will try and get some Hummer video or Hummer pictures and stuff to throw up. I'll throw them in our group, or I can throw them just on my page or whatever. But I love them so much, so I'm going to try and get some photos for you guys. But that's it for me today in Growing Gratitude. Big gratitudes all around for you guys joining me early on a Sunday morning to talk about gratitudes. I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing rest of your Sunday. I hope you go out and be nature. Go out and be you and let others observe you, or just stay where you are and be you and let those that are in your life observe you. But whatever you do, go out there and seek joy, create joy, and share joy, because that's what living's really about. I hope you have an amazing Sunday, you guys. I will see you on Tuesday for Being Back Alive. And then, of course, I'll be back here next Sunday with the next Growing Gratitude. Until then, you guys, I will see you out and about on the interwebs. You can comment wherever you've seen this video, and I will see it. Or you can go ahead and reach out to me directly. It's info@beccalory.com. Or you can go right to the website, which is Beccalory, LORY.com. It's linked below in the description. And while you're thinking about all of that, please take the opportunity to thumbs up me or thumbs down me, so I know if I should keep doing this content, as well as your shares and likes are always appreciated. Yeah, and then head over to the website and check out the newsletter. Check out all the other stuff that I have up there. And I'll see you on Tuesday. Have a good one, you guys. Bye.